Darfan hasn't quit, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, come on. Also, Jeff says there's a massive update coming to the game in the near future, and it'll be quite clear why, well, not much has been going on, so I cannot wait to see what that is. Also, there's going to be a massive, massive update to the game, which requires you to reinstall the game, so I can only hope this is a major optimization update, because my Overwatch hasn't really been running very well. I mean, I know this is about, I'm about to sound very first world here, but my problem is I used to get 300 FPS all the time in Overwatch. Now I can barely get about 160. What's going on, Overwatch? Why have you collapsed? So hopefully that does something with that, but also maybe it gives us extra stuff, but we'll discuss that later on in the video. All of the Overwatch League teams have been leaked. This has been confirmed by the last two teams, well, not the last two teams, but the two teams that got announced yesterday officially. So it had Paris Eternal and Guangzhou Charge, but we've also got the logos for all the other teams, which I'm about to show you guys a little bit later on in the video. And yeah, there's some other bits and bobs. This is a very jam-packed news update video. Let's do this. Okay, so this is Darfan. This is the tweet from Darfan. He says, I'm still in Atlanta Rain. I didn't quit like I said. I messed up. Don't know what to say except sorry to the community, my fans, and Atlanta. It wasn't debate. Sometimes I have these days and make dumb mistakes. Going forward, I'm going to stream less and focus on myself and make myself better for my team, etc., etc. So, yeah, this is a Darfan moment. I'm really happy because this is what I was hoping this would be. I didn't want Darfan to have totally imploded and just gone off the deep end. It looks like somebody at Atlanta is probably helping him out, which is great. It worries me that some of these guys, you know, they're quite young. They're in really high pressure environments. I mean, I discussed Darfan in the video yesterday, but when you take into consideration all of the scrimming, the VOD reviews, and then you throw in match days, match preparation, the elation of winning games, and then the absolute utter crushing defeat when you lose matches, it takes a lot of mental fortitude. And if you're streaming as well, it gets really messy. So I'm happy that Darfan isn't gone, because I really want to see him in Season 2 for Overwatch League. I think it's going to make Overwatch League more interesting as well, but I really want to see what he can do, because mechanically, he has to be one of the most gifted players literally on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so next thing is Jeff. Now, I was a bit disappointed I didn't get to interview Jeff at BlizzCon. Now, as far as I'm aware, the way this works is you basically get given interview slots, and it's whatever dev shows up, which is fine, but obviously everybody wants to interview Jeff. However, Jeff said this to Kotaku. We do have a few tricks up our sleeves for next year that I think will be pretty cool. When those moments happen, I think players will go, oh, I get what you've been doing now. All right. It's always hard because we try not to talk about things too early. To some of our players, 1 week is a long time. Others are a bit more sympathetic and they get that things take time. But the team is working harder than they've ever worked before. They're bigger than they've ever been before. So I really believe there are some great things coming for Overwatch. Okay, what the hell does this mean? Let's just look at what's gone on last year at Overwatch. The events were terrible because they were the same events. Jeff even said in this interview, Winter Wonderland will be the same event. Great, you know, we don't care. Like, the events are boring. My thing, well, they're boring now anyway. My thing has always been, what are they working on? If they spent a lot of time building all of these events, and then for the last 2 years essentially gave us the same event, what have they been doing with that extra time? Now, we know they've been working on Overwatch League. We know they've been working on new heroes. We know they've been working on balance. We know they've been working on the World Cup viewer. But is that enough? The team is big. This is Blizzard. These guys get work done. It doesn't seem like they're doing enough work, does it, publicly? So what are they working on? This has to be a major expansion for Overwatch. It's the only thing I can think of. When I'm trying to look at timings in my head, I'm like, all right, well, Sty, if it was a major expansion for Overwatch, surely they would have announced this at BlizzCon or said, look, we're working on something. They didn't. So when would they announce this? When is the next major Blizzard Overwatch event? Well, it's the start of Overwatch League Season 2, isn't it? And think about this. Blizzard need to get eyes on Overwatch League. So what would you do just before Overwatch League starts again? You'd have a big update to the main game, wouldn't you? So it all seems to be aligning for maybe a late January sort of massive drop for Overwatch. That's where I'm going to put my money. Obviously, the next sort of major stop would be Gamescom next year, and then the next stop would be BlizzCon. But could we go another year with literally no content? I don't know. The other thing this could be is not a major expansion, but a series of very major updates to the game. We could get like a fully fledged guild system, a fully fledged tournament system built into the game, single player experiences built into the game, lots of stuff. So I mean, the jury's out on what this could be, but I think I've kind of explained what I think it is there. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what you think this could be. Still, bit of a shame that I didn't get to talk to Jeff at BlizzCon, because we could have probably got some bits and pieces out of him. Okay, now this is funky. So Blizzard have started a creator corner in the Irvine campus in the Overwatch team building. This is where they get people to come in and do streams and all of that stuff for a couple of days at a time. Well, the most recent one was Shawfall. Now, Shawfall is from the LA Gladiators, one of the best hitscan players there is. And actually, there's a lot of information here that came out. So he's speaking with associate game designer Joshua No, and there's Doomfist NERFS coming on PTR, Bastion buffs as well, and also McCree buffs. And this is really, really funky because the McCree buffs basically mean McCree can kill Doomfist. So check this out. So according to the stream, Doomfist, they're going to revert the... In fact, I'll link to this in the description below because I'm reading off a Reddit post here. Some guy very kindly put this all together because there's so much information going around now. It's so difficult to find all of it because they're just sort of spreading it everywhere. Anyway, reverted the internal change to rocket punch distance when cancelled with jump. They tried reducing the extra distance by 40%, but it felt bad during internal testings. Seismic slam range reduced from 20 to 15 meters, max damage from 86 to 65. That's a big nerf. Because remember how Doomfist engages with seismic slam almost all of the time. Slams in, uppercuts you up in the air, primary fire, then punches out. That's kind of what Doomfist does, or a good Doomfist anyway. Enemies affected by rising uppercut only lose control of their character for 0.6 seconds, basically the duration of the uppercut. So no longer are you just flying up in the air, then dropping down and being killed. You're flying up in the air, then you can move. So that's going to make you more survivable. So big nerfs for Doomfist. We like this. Also, McCree gets a massive buff, right? You're probably thinking this ain't that big, but it is, right? Because they've increased the damage per second. They've increased the damage to 10 per shot on Fan the Hammer. So it means Fan the Hammer is more effective, right? Now, as was pointed out in this Reddit thread by Smirkisher, this essentially means that you can kill a Doomfist that comes in seismic slams and uppercuts you if you flashbang him, when you take into consideration the shield generation. Obviously, Doomfist it's still Doomfist, it's still going to be hard to kill him, but this means when he comes in onto you, seismic slams you, uppercuts you, you can flash him, because remember, you've got reduced duration on the loss of control, and you can Fan the Hammer him, and that probably will kill him. That is huge. That also makes McCree stronger, and it kind of deflects the issues that we sort of see with McCree now with Ash, where Ash is like a better McCree. McCree's been given this sort of... He's becoming more of an anti-dive flanker hero, which I think is really good for McCree. So these are huge, absolutely huge changes. As for when this PTR is going to go out, we don't know. We think fairly soon because of this bit of news, ladies and gentlemen. So this is from Draculov, who is part of the customer support of Overwatch. And basically what he says is, you're going to need to completely reinstall the game for the next major patch. Why would they be telling us about this now? Well, they're worried about people on metered connections. So I'm lucky. I have got 2 internet connections here in the UK. The UK is actually really good for connectivity now. None of them are capped. You can just download whatever the hell you like. It's great. I know that in some places in America and other places around the world that your internet connections are metered. So you can only download certain amounts before you get like heavy speed restrictions and all of that. So they're giving you this information now for possibly next Tuesday, maybe, do you think? I don't know. Maybe that's a bit too soon. But what they're saying is you're going to have to delete the game and reinstall the game, essentially, because they're making fundamental changes to the client. Now, the conspiracy theorist in me is like, why would they totally redesign the way the game has been built? And things like this take a shitload of development time. Like, we don't understand, right? Us as players, we're just like, hey, give us skins, give us events, give us new shit. We don't realize that actually rebuilding the engine, there must be a reason for that, and rebuilding the foundations of the way this game works takes a lot of time, like loads of development hours, but it's not really anything we're going to see. Now, this could be simple stuff, like it might allow them to make changes to the game easier in future, or faster, or smaller. Or this could be a fundamental change to the game because they're integrating new services into it. And I honestly think this could be tournaments, this could be a massive like community guild system built into the game, and all of that. I hope it is, right? I really, really hope it is. And obviously a single player sort of PvE setup, which I think would bring a lot of players back into the game. It could be that, or I could just be going wild. You guys let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Okay, Paris Eternal and Guangzhou Charge were announced yesterday. These are Overwatch League teams. Obviously, the Paris team and one of the Chinese teams. The Paris color scheme looks okay. I mean, you guys can see it on the screen now. It's okay. It's looks like an NYXL. Looks like a Romanian flag kind of color scheme. I think I would have liked it if the gold was more prominent on their skin. It probably looked a little bit better. People are saying this looks like a washed out NYXL color scheme. I kind of agree. It's okay, though. The logo, actually, is pretty cool, though. Like, a lot of people were confused about the logo. They're like, what the hell? It's like a cockerel. Which made me laugh, because I thought that everybody knew that the cockerel was, like, a massive thing in France, but apparently they don't. But yeah, it is. So it's not a strange thing. They haven't just gone like, oh yeah, let's go Chick-fil-A or Nando's or whatever. No, they haven't done that. It's a French thing, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty cool name as well, Paris Eternal. I like that. So yeah, I don't know. This is pretty cool. They did a launch event. It was pretty scuffed. These things are difficult to do. A lot of factors come into it, you know, like event internet connections. Running an event is difficult, ladies and gentlemen. Believe you me, I know this from doing the Gilded Gala for the Spitfire. Anyway, yeah, so that's cool. The other one is Guangzhou Charge. Now, Guangzhou, it looks like Gatorade. So it's a pretty cool logo again. It's got the nice like lightning bolt going through the middle and all that good stuff. Their skin's kind of like a nice turquoisey color. Again, looks like Gatorade. So this is basically the Gatorade team versus the Chick-fil-A Nando's team so far. However, ladies and gentlemen, what these logos have done has given a certain amount of validation to these images. Let me just pull them up. These are from the... let me just find them. Yeah, so these are from Reddit. Everybody knows Seagull's #1 fan, Notorious on Reddit. He apparently has been leaking the logos with some other people, but they've been compiled together in a post on Reddit. And this is what we've got. So, #1 is Atlanta Reign, #2 is Toronto Defiant, and then you get this crazy pointing finger, which is like, what? Then you get like an American shield thing, and then you get the cockerel, and then you get Guangzhou. So, Guangzhou and the cockerel, and remember this image came out before the team announcements, they're real. So, I guess the other ones are real. So, let's take a look at the other ones. So, #3, Hangzhou Spark. I don't know. Like it. Okay, it's a pointing finger that's on. Well, that's electric, I guess. Jury's out on that one still. We still need to see the rest of the team branding and all of that stuff. And you know, like I remember we all hated on NYXL's logo at the start of the season. Arguably, they've got the best branding. So hey, we don't really know how these things could go. I can see a lot of foam fingers being made. Actually, like my foam finger. Yeah. This, which was banned by Overwatch League. I don't know why. I mean, throw your aces high. I thought this was pretty clever, ladies and gentlemen, but apparently not. So I'll probably just wear it for the rest of the video then. So yeah, you can imagine them having merchandise like this. I don't know, but not getting banned by Overwatch League. The next one is the Washington Justice. Now, this is funky, right? I kind of like that. It looks American to me. Looks like Captain America. It's Washington. Apparently, that's where justice comes from, although not if you into politics recently. Moving on rapidly, like that's a cool name, whatever. We then obviously got, I'm pointing at them on the monitor, but it looks really weird. Anyway, we've got the French team, that's cool, Guangzhou. But then, ladies and gentlemen, then we get something which looks totally ridiculous. This is also my headset just turned off because I'm actually not listening to any noise, but it makes my nice red LED go off. Now it's back. Yeah, the Chengdu hunters. Now, I'm pretty sure it's illegal to hunt a panda in China. In fact, I think you get the death penalty for that. But maybe this is like killer pandas killing people. I don't know. It looks like an angry panda. It's a panda. I'll just leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. It's a panda. Yeah. Oh, God. So these are probably the new Overwatch League teams, okay? So... I mean, logo-wise, looking at them, I think I actually like the Paris logo the most. Then probably Toronto, Justice. I quite like Guangzhou, to be fair. The way they've incorporated the lightning bolt, and then Atlanta. Yeah, I'm gonna put Hangzhou the worst logo in the league, but we'll have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen, what goes on with that. Okay, so that about does it. There's a lot of stuff going on right now with Overwatch. In terms of other videos that are coming on the channel, I think I did kind of talk about this yesterday, but we've got more stuff breaking down the World Cup. We're going to do stuff with the pro players, breaking down their point of view from the World Cup, which is going to be awesome. We've also got... there's other stuff which I've totally forgot, but there's other stuff coming out as well. Basically, we're working on loads and loads of stuff right now. It's super cool. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Remember, guys, if you like the video, then like the video. You can subscribe to the channel, click the bell, because if you don't, then you won't get alerted to when videos go live. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, which is @Stylosa. Do that. And remember to throw your aces high. And I'll catch you on the next one. Toodaloo.